Good evening, everyone. Welcome to day 21. Let me just wait for a couple of seconds for people to join us. Hope everybody's doing well.
Good.
Yeah, great. Let me just make sure. So, excellent. All right. I started seeing people join in. Just setting things up here. I see Patrick joining in. Patrick, let me know in the comments if you hear me well, you see my screen, you see me on the screen. Sharina, good to see you. Excellent. People are joining in. We made it. Day 21. I actually can't believe how fast this went. So very, very surprised about the speed at which we went through all this content. Only a couple of days ago, I felt like I said, let me launch a challenge. So it's been a great experience so far. Good morning, Masibani. Good to see you again as well. Perfect. So I'm just going to wait. I came in a little bit early, so we'll just wait for a little bit for people to come in. How's everything going on your side? How is the store going? How's the weather? It's Thursday already, so the week is almost done. Yeah, we made it. We made it. That's for sure. All right. So should be setting up. Let me just put my screen on, share it with you guys so we can get started. Again, we have a little bit to cover today, and we'll get you out of here as soon as possible. Perfect. All right. So everything is set up. Let's get started because I know that a lot of you, just making sure that everything is in place. Today's topic is very technical. I left it last, yet it is one of the most important. You know what? Everything we covered is important, but I feel that today's topic is the last important thing that you need to do before launching your online store. And it has to do with the fact that if you really want to take your business to the next level, analytics, data is truly something you cannot ignore, because when you're dealing with the digital world, everything is tracked. And you want to make sure that you track whatever it is that you need to help you grow the business, learn about your customers, understand how they're behaving on the website, understand what products they buy. So you will rely a lot on analytics to guide you to make better decisions going forward. But if you're going to go at this, you're going to go launch an online store with no clue about anything related to analytics, you're going to have serious problems. I can tell you that from day one. And many times I notice, especially the mistake that a lot of new people in e-commerce, the ones that just get started, make, is the fact that they ignore analytics only because maybe they're just not aware of it, or sometimes they feel overwhelmed. So today's session is really going to give you a quick bird's eye view of what to expect when it comes to analytics. What are some of the things you need to consider before setting it up? And I'm going to set up analytics for the demo store so that you could do the same on your side. And as a little bonus, I'm going to go inside a Google Analytics account on one of the stores. And you can see, I'll guide you on which reports I usually look at on a daily basis when I'm running an online business. So at least we cover the reports that are important for you to check out every single morning. And this way you feel that you're more confident when it comes to figuring out how analytics work for your online store. So let's get started immediately. I see people are joining in. Excellent. Perfect. So again, for those who are joining in today, it's the last day, day 21. So you should be proud of yourselves if you've attended every single one of them. I honestly feel very happy and proud of the fact that, wow, it flew by really, really fast. So again, thank you very much for the support. So let's get started. So today's topic is all about analytics. So I want to give you some pointers before we get started. So One thing I want you to remember is the following if you're going into e-commerce. If you can't measure it, you can't improve it. There's no way to improve something if you can't measure it. The same goes if, let's say, you're trying to lose weight, you have a scale, you weigh yourself so that you measure your progress. If you're building muscles, that you weigh yourself and you look at your body mass and your muscle amount, whatever it is that they do, that I used to do as well, but right now we've been taking a break from the gym. But anything you do has to be measured in order to improve it. And the same goes for e-commerce. So when you think about analytics, you have to have it in place in order for you to improve it. Now, we're going to set up Google Analytics. And what's nice about Google Analytics, it's free. The version we're going to install is totally free. There is a version called Google Analytics 360. This is for the big businesses. And we're talking about, let's say, 1 million plus visitors. You need a lot of data. You're dealing with so much traffic that the free version is just not enough for you. And there's issues with the reports. But for you, what you're trying to do, and you could literally use Google Analytics for a very, very long time and never outgrow it. And the best part, it is free. So that's the tool we're going to go with. Today, what I'm going to go through in Google Analytics is show you a couple of areas that I usually look at every day. So I make it a habit. So when I was leading e-commerce initiatives for the companies I worked for before, I always made it a habit of the first thing in the morning when I wake up, yes, I check the orders to make sure that everything is okay with the store. But as soon as I'm setting up myself in the office, I spend a good hour in the morning just going over analytics. And I'll show you some of the reports I look at. I also make it a habit of looking at analytics throughout the day, but in small little snapshots. So I might come in at lunchtime for 10 minutes, make sure everything is okay. And then a couple of hours later, I'll take a look at it. And then before leaving the office, I'll just take another look of 10, 15 minutes. Now, the reason why I do this is we usually have a lot of campaigns running. And I want to make sure that the campaigns are performing well. We don't have any problems on the website. Customers are able to check out and so on and so forth. So that's why I built this habit of constantly being on top of my numbers. And with time, when you start going inside your website, your analytics, you'll notice that you might be overwhelmed with so many numbers. But with time, you start memorizing these numbers because you got used to them. And then eventually you'll know that, oh, my average order value is $45. Well, chances are when you come back to the website, let's say 2 weeks later, it's going to be about $45, $45, $50, $46. It's always hovering in the same range. So again, these numbers will become natural. You don't have to memorize them because they've been ingrained in your brain as you start doing this every single day. Now, you don't need to obsess over analytics at a certain point, but knowing your numbers, especially with the fact that you're in business, is going to truly help you make better decisions going forward. So today I'm going to go over real-time tracking. I'll show you how to monitor your website in real time to see what are people doing. We're going to track users, what they're doing. We're going to track the traffic that's coming in, where is it coming from, and so on. So that's going to help you understand how your marketing is working. We're going to track the behavior of consumers on the website. What pages are they viewing the most? That could be a nice thing. Or what are they searching on the website? That's also a critical data that can help you understand what are people searching for when they type in the search box right on top. And the last thing we're going to look at is e-commerce. You're able to track all the sales data from the number of orders, how much they spend per order, what's the average order, what is the conversion rate, so on and so forth. I'm just going to go at a very high level today. Again, this is not an analytics course, but I just want to empower you with the right knowledge so that you don't feel overwhelmed and you feel confident that you can do this when you launch your store. So let's get started. I'm going to go in now into the store and I'm going to install the tool. So have the store ready. I'm going to go inside now into the group. Give me a second. So inside the group, if you go to session 21, day 21, sorry, and then you click on the toolbox right here, I have a link inside specifically for Google Analytics. And it should be in section 7. Give me a second. So the last 7 days analytics, there we go. Google Analytics is right here. So click on this link, and what happens is afterwards you're going to go into Google Analytics. Now, I don't want to go in only because I have a lot of accounts already set up. When you go inside the Analytics account, create one. with the same email address that you use to build out your store, to build out your Google Drive account, to build out, let's say, your Gmail, all that. Use the same account. When you create your free account on Google Analytics, you'll be able to create a property. And when you create a property, it's going to ask you, let me just increase the size of, I think 110 is good. It's going to ask you, what type of property are you trying to track? Is it a website? Is it an app? Is it a website and an app? In my case right now, just select website. That's selected. All the way down here, click on continue. It's going to ask you for the name of the website. So I'm going to put in, for example, Yoga Shop. That's the one I have. Make sure you change HTTP to HTTPS, because by default, Shopify gives you a secure domain name. So all websites on Shopify are secure. So make sure you change this from HTTP to HTTPS, because that's a different website. And then what you do is you copy your domain name. Now, obviously, in your case right now, your domain name is temporary because you're still building out your store. You could change it afterwards. So that's not a problem. Put in whatever you have right now. Afterwards, when you're about to launch, just make sure you update it. Or you can also just simply put in the original name, like let's say myshop.com instead of the Shopify link that you see right here. So put in, I'm going to take off the HTTPS. I'm going to remove this. So this is the website. Specify which industry. So right now, let's say I'm in the e-commerce, so online shopping. Let's see if they have retail or e-commerce. They always change things. So I see shopping, so I'm just going to put shopping. And then put in your time zone. Select your time zone. If it's in New York, your city, you choose the time, okay? And then you create the account. You wait for the confirmation. And that's it. So now what you do is you take this tracking ID right here, just the number. You copy this. And then you go back inside your store. You go under, I have to remember, I think it's here, online store, preferences. Just want to make sure. Yeah, that's it. So I go into online store and I put in the code right here under Google Analytics and I save. That's it. I'm going to also make sure that I click on enhanced e-commerce because I want to make sure I track everything about my orders. I want Shopify, Google Analytics to know what are people doing on the website? When are they adding to cart? When are they going through checkout? Are they leaving the website at the shipping step, or is it the billing? All those things can be tracked, but you got to make sure you enable enhanced e-commerce. And that's it. It's enabled. I'm just going to go now into Google Analytics. So that's done. I'm going to get out of here. And I'm going to make sure you can just expand this here. So now that I'm done, I'm going to go inside the account. So I'm going to go on RealTime Overview. So watch this. I'm going to go inside the store now. And technically, I should, well, right away. You see there's somebody new on the website. I'm going to click on Shop Yoga Mats. And we should be able to see right here. You see what's happening? So I'm here, yoga mats. They can see exactly where I'm located. Look, I'm in Montreal. So that's what's showing up here. It's not showing anything else because I'm the only one. I'm coming in from a desktop. So here's what I'm going to do now. I'm going to go into the site through my phone. What's the URL again? Yoga widget store. So yoga widget store .myshopify.com. Oh, that's nice. I forgot the password. Oh, but hold on. You see right here, I came in. It's asking me for the password. And what's nice about it now is you see that I am coming in from a mobile device, and Google is showing me that I'm coming in from a mobile device. So I could also learn more about the location, drill deeper inside there. I can see where people are coming from. Right now, I came in direct. I just typed in the URL inside my phone, inside my Google, Google Chrome. So I didn't come in from Facebook or any other website. Again, so these are opportunities for you to track what's happening. I'm browsing the website. You can click on content, and then you see exactly where people are browsing. This is real time as they're browsing. So that's why this section here, real time, is great. You see what's going on. And events and conversions, these are more advanced stuff when you set that up. But for now, just looking at overview, what's great about the real-time report that you see right here is let's say you're sending out an email newsletter to a list of 5,000 people, and then as soon as you send out that list, everybody's going to start opening the email, they're going to start clicking on it. You can see immediately what they're doing on the website. If you go inside the other reports, they are not in real time. So there is a delay, sometimes half an hour, sometimes 15 minutes, sometimes an hour, sometimes 24 hours. So the reports inside Google are not in real time. The only place that it is in real time is inside the section called real time. So that's the first section I wanted to cover when we talk about analytics. And real time is a great way just to see the heartbeat of the website, make sure everything is okay. Let me know in the comments, is it good so far? Before I dive even more into the other reports, do you want me to cover anything else before we go inside audience, acquisition, behavior, and conversions? Let me know in the comments. And I just noticed that I had something that I have to do as well. I forgot about Google Search Console. So let me set this up too. I totally forgot about that. So Google Search Console is the tool that Google gives you for free to make sure that you are following all best practices and making sure that your website is properly optimized for search engines. That's what Google Search Console is. So the idea right now, we've already built out the Google Analytics account. We can simply easily connect it to Google Search Console because of the fact that we already have the code installed. So what I'm going to do right now, I'm going to go in. Just want to make sure I'm going on another screen. So Search Console. Let me just make sure I'm doing it right and not to confuse people. Okay, let me try this. Let me try something. I want to see if I could do it this way. I'm going to go inside behavior. That's that. It's usually here. Search terms. No, it's not connected here. So give me a second. I want to set it up so you guys see it. Okay, so let me bring in this tool. I'm going to try to, let me see if it shows up inside the Facebook account. So I see Atollah asking most important metrics here are, I'm going to show you the reports that you need to look at inside Google Analytics. So you see right now my screen, what you do is you go to the link I gave you inside the toolbox, Google Search Console, click it, and you add a new property as follows. So the same thing, I clicked on new property, like this. So I'm going to go in here. I'm going to say add property, domain. I'm going to put in, I'm going to take the same domain right now. I recommend you do this only when you launch the store and it's ready, because you want to make sure that everything is connected. So let's say like this. I don't know if it's going to let me even remove. So I'm going to put yogawidgetstore.shopify. There we go. I'm going to verify. Okay, let me see if they have it here. I'm trying to see the best way for you guys to verify. There was a way for us to go in. Instructions. I'm going to do verify later. And I'm going to go in now, the account. Give me a second. They changed it, or because it's not You know what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try to find a way to show you how this works, because there usually is a way, verify later. There's a way for us to immediately configure the domain property by connecting it to our Google Analytics, but I don't see it here. And give me a second. No, you know what? I don't want to forget this part. I'll try to get it for you guys. I'll try to add an extra video for that. But the idea is when you click on Google Search Console, when the website is up and running, you can easily integrate it with Google Analytics. It will know, oh, okay, I don't need to verify anything. I'm just going to verify through your Google Analytics account. There's just a couple of clicks. It's not showing up here, and I don't want to mess people up. For now, let's stick to analytics at this point. Okay, so inside, let me just go in here. Going back to Google Analytics. So I don't see any of the questions. When you're inside the account, so let's go in audience. The one report that I like to look at is obviously the overview of the audience. And what I'm going to go in, I'm inside an account. It's called the Google Merchandise Store. It's a demo account. So inside if I go under audience and I click on overview, I'm able to see the most important numbers right here. How many users came to the website? How many of them are new? How many sessions? A person can come into the website multiple times in half an hour. These are called sessions. I want to look at how many sessions per user, how many page views have been happening on the website, how many pages per session. So right now I know that people, when they come to the website, they browse about 4 pages every time they visit, which is good. Then I see average time on the website over 2 minutes. That's good. Bounce rate is about 49%, 50%. In the industry, it's about 50%. So I look at this number here. That's good for me. I have enough knowledge from this specific report. I like to also look at the mobile overview report. I want to see what percentage of my users come in from mobile and desktop and tablets. Right now, for example, 71% are coming in from desktop. 26% are coming in from mobile, and the rest is tablet. So always know what devices are people using to come to your website. You can click on all that stuff. You can see the location, geo. There's nothing wrong with it. I mean, again, the reports are all over in here. So I can see that which countries are driving the most traffic to your website. And you can see that here as well. That's for the audience. Acquisition is one of my favorite because I'm able to go inside all traffic, and then I click on channels. Inside channels, I'll be able to see where are people coming from specifically. People came from organic search right here. That's the biggest driver in traffic. Organic search is anything pertaining to Google, all the search engines, MSN, Google, Bing, you name it. I can see that people are coming in direct, meaning they typed in, let's say, your website address in their browser and they came in direct. That's 15%. Referrals, other websites have sent you some links. Social media, affiliates, display ads, paid search. You might pay Google ads to drive traffic, and other is just everything else. I look at how many people came in from those channels. I see their behavior, how many pages, which, like for example, in this case, you notice how affiliates, people that come from there, they browse only 2 pages, whereas people that come from direct, they browse almost 5 pages. So the value of people coming in from, let's say, direct is much more important than affiliates because they're actually engaging with your content. I look at numbers here, sales. How much is each channel sending in me numbers? I want to know how many people you're going to see here, email, for example, in the future when you send out emails. You'll be able to see how many people came in from emails, how many of them actually purchased something, and how much did they purchase. All those numbers are very, very important so that you understand the business side of things of your e-commerce, your online store. I wouldn't go in everything else here. You could browse. Oh, here you go. That's the search console. You see where I was trying to connect it? When it's connected, it comes here. Okay. So I wouldn't go more than this for now. To help you start, at least know your channels, where people are coming from. That's important. Then I go inside behavior. I like to see under site content, what pages are people visiting the most. As you can see right now, people that are here, they're browsing the homepage, they're going in the basket, they're going into the category called YouTube, and you can click on these here to see a preview of the page. So I clicked it, the page does not exist. Funny. Let me go inside this link. I don't know if they're set up properly, these guys. Yeah. So I'm inside the Google store, and this is the t-shirts category. So I can see how this page looks like by simply clicking on that. I like to see where are people going inside the store, what pages are important, what products are they looking at. That for me gives me an idea of, are they reading the blog post? Are they clicking on specific links I've been promoting on the homepage? Again, it's just another way of also seeing the value of these pages. What I like here is the value in the last column, because some pages help in generating a sale. And by looking at this, I can see, well, obviously the basket is going to generate the most sale because people have to go through the checkout process in order to complete the sale. Hence the reason why it's very valuable for me. But there are other categories. For example, people are going to the YouTube. You saw I got an error when I loaded it. So nothing was loading. It doesn't work. Well, guess what? If I look at the value of this page, it brought in 0 sales because it's not working. So again, you get some nice insights about what's happening on your website by simply looking at those numbers. That's what I look at when it comes to behavior. I also look at site search. I like to see what are people searching on the website. In this case, they're not setting up here. They're not set up properly, but you will be able to see it on your side. What are people searching for? And maybe you should promote things differently. Or maybe if you start noticing that people are searching for a specific t-shirt, well, make that t-shirt part of the homepage and put it in the spotlight if a lot of people are searching for it. So again, find ways of increasing sales without spending money on ads. You're just merchandising differently. That's it for behavior. And the last section inside, this is my favorite one, conversions. I click on e-commerce, I click on overview. These are where I see all my numbers. How much revenue have we generated? What is our conversion rate? How many transactions? What is the average order value? A lot of this data is available inside Shopify, by the way. So Shopify is doing a really great job at making sure that you have all this information. Like if you go inside analytics, you'll have all of this, by the way. But I always tell people, make sure you have 2 tools. You have the native one that's inside your shopping cart software, and you also have one that's outside. And then at least when you start growing, Shopify is going to have limited reports, whereas Google is in the analytics game. That's their specialty. So you're going to get a lot more. And I'm giving you all these tips because I'm always thinking long-term, not just short-term. You'll have more than enough to look at inside Google Analytics. Like right now, you see I visited twice. Already, it's inside Google Shopping. It's inside already in Shopify reports right here. So again, at least you're familiar with them, and that's what matters the most at this point. So now if I go inside, e-commerce, I can see the shopping behavior of people. How many people are adding to cart? How many people have abandoned their cart? How many people checked out? Again, if you're a fan of analytics, this is amazing for you. Checkout, I can see how many people went through the billing and shipping, but then how many people bounced back? They left the checkout when it was time to put in the payment. And then I see how many people actually succeeded in finishing the checkout. All this information is important as you start growing the business. You can also see a list of all the products that are selling well right here. So you can see which products are generating the most revenue, how many are people buying from them, the click to cart, all that stuff there. Again, you can look at it at the SKU level, at the product level as well, to see which inventory items are driving the most sales. This way you fill up more inventory on the items that are actually bringing in revenue for you. And the last thing really is also sales performance. You look at all the different orders. So let's say, for example, this order came in, I click it, I can see the contents of it and the details right here. Again, it's all inside Google Analytics, but again, I reiterate that everything is visible inside your Shopify store, but having Google Analytics on the side is truly a powerful thing to have. And that's it. You can click all over the place because we can spend literally months inside Google Analytics and we'll never finish. There is so much info that can help you grow the business. But what I've shown you today is more than enough in terms of what you need to know to help you get started on the right track. Know what's happening in real time. Know who are your users, where they're coming from in terms of location. Are they new? Are they return if they're using a mobile device? Know which marketing channels are driving traffic and how much traffic and how much sales are they generating. Is it Google? Is it Facebook? Social media? Keep track of what pages are people visiting in your online store. And the last thing is, how are you making your money? So make sure you stay on top of your e-commerce numbers, which is the last report under conversions. Know how much people are spending per order, how many transactions are coming in on average, what products are people buying, and so on and so forth. Those are the reports I recommend you look at on a daily basis if you're serious about building your online store. And that is it. Anybody have any questions about anything we've covered today with regards to Google Analytics? Let me know in the comments. And I'm going to announce something for those that are they're asking themselves, what's next after this? I'll just make sure that I answer first the questions before we move on. Felicita is asking, is Google Analytics totally free? Yes. Right now, anything used inside Google Analytics that you saw today is totally free. Obviously, there is Google Analytics 360. 360 is a enterprise level software. You never have to worry about it unless you're running a multi-million dollar business. And even that depends on the traffic. So don't worry about the 360. But the tool I showed you today is totally free. Again, I go inside this tool literally a bunch of times a day. And this is like my screen every day, and I have it running there, and I look at it to make sure that things are going well. It's almost like when you're driving your dash. You need to see at what speed you're running, how much fuel you have, any signals, any problems with the car. It's the same concept. You really need to know your numbers if you're going into e-commerce. But again, don't go so deep. Go just based on what I've shared so far. Any other questions? Don't forget to like, comment, like or love the video. Again, this is the last session, guys. Like, I'm actually very happy that we made it so far. I don't see any questions. So just a quick comment on what's happening. What's next? I'm planning on launching a live video, most probably Saturday, for about half an hour. I'm going to kind of conclude the challenge for those who have completed it up to this date. Don't forget, we have the contest. Make sure to, if you go inside the group right here under discussions, the contest is going to end of next week. So if you scroll down or search contest, I think I need to pin it on top right here. So the contest ends April 26th. Make sure to submit your store in the comments right here for your chance to win one of 3 prizes. You don't have to launch the store. You just have to show me that you've completed all the tasks in order for you to be eligible for the giveaway, one of 3 prizes that you see right here. Now, what's next? What happens next after you build out your store? What should you be focusing on? Obviously, at this point, when you launch your store, it's time to build it in terms of grow it. You have to grow it so that you start driving traffic, you start driving sales, and all that stuff. Obviously, there's a lot to learn. There's email marketing, Facebook, Google, you name it. There are so many strategies that should be implemented if you want to grow the business. So what I've done, and it's a different strategy that I'm launching, I don't want to continue inside this group. Instead, I've created a separate group, again, not to overwhelm people because everybody's coming to build a store in 21 days, simply to build out the store. But after you're done building your store, I'm launching a group called, I'm going to share with the link inside here, which I'm going to also share on Saturday, talk about it. But since you guys are here, let me just share it with you. It's called Double My eCommerce Sales. And that's the name of the group. I'm going to put it inside the comment right here. So Double My eCommerce Sales is the next group that you can join. It's free. Inside this group, Double My eCommerce Sales, make sure to answer the questions when you join in. It's very, very important that you complete them. Anyone who doesn't answer them, I don't even accept. So it's very important that you answer these questions. When you join into this group, it's free. That's where I'm going to be doing, there is no challenge. That's where I'm just going to be sharing some tactics, some ideas on how to go about doubling your e-commerce sales. This is something that's what I do for a living. That's how people come to me. I currently work full time. So I help companies grow their e-commerce space. And that's the group I'm going to be using to share some of these ideas, some tactics. I might do some live videos once in a while, but I am also preparing a new program. The new program is called 8-Figure E-commerce, and it's really advanced strategies. This is a paid program. It's not free, unfortunately, but I'm going to be teaching some of these concepts in my premium program inside this group, Double My E-commerce Sales. So that's why I'm telling you, make sure to join this group if you're serious about growing it. I don't want you to join the group and if you're not just going to engage, because I have already my e-commerce training academy group. It has over 3,500 people. Unfortunately, in this group, there's a lot of people, and I don't know if they're starting or they need to grow. That's the reason why I divided it into two now. Build a store in 21 days, helps you create your store, get set up properly. When you finish, move on to Double My E-commerce Sales, where I'm going to help you find ways of increasing your sales with digital marketing, with conversion optimization, all the advanced stuff. Obviously, I'm not going to be teaching everything because I have a premium group, but I'm going to be sharing a lot of stuff of valuable insights. So again, I'm going to be moving my video. Any live, I might still continue in this free challenge group, but as well as I'm going to be focusing a lot more on Double My E-commerce Sales as a subgroup of this one right here. Hope this makes sense. I didn't lose anybody. So if you're building out the store, stay in this group, continue. When you're done, join us in the other one called Double My E-commerce Sales, so I can help you drive traffic, more sales, more conversions, so that you actually make money. So that's the announcement for now. On Saturday, I'm gonna launch a quick 30-minute live video just to close the challenge. And the challenge is going to be still open to anyone who wants to join. So if you have any friends, don't add them to the group, please. Just send them a link to the challenge. Let them sign up, because they have to answer the questions that I ask in the beginning for them to join in. Everything's going to remain inside here. All the recordings are going to be made available. So don't worry, nothing is going to be removed. And I'm going to try to plan a schedule where I come into the group once every month or twice a month. We'll see. I don't want to promise anything, because right now I have to work on developing my new premium program, 8-Figure E-commerce. And that's what's happening going forward. Any questions about what I spoke about today, the challenge so far, 21 days, the new group? You guys let me know in the comments before I end it if there isn't anything. You're welcome, guys. You're welcome, Oban. Glad you guys liked it. I'm going to be reaching out to you guys later on, those who have been very supportive of the challenge, to get some testimonials. Again, it's just to encourage people to join this group. It's free. I don't make any money from this. So really, it's all I want to do is help people get started. When you get started and things start rolling, then you can join in my other premium programs and all that stuff. But at least I helped you get started, and that's what's important right now. Any other questions before we move on? 21 days. Yeah. You know what? I thought I would miss a day. I was worried. God forbid I get sick or somebody gets, I'm like, man, why am I embarking myself into this commitment of 21 days? It wasn't 7 days. It wasn't like a small, it's a lot of work. So in the end, I was like, okay, great. And today, when we arrived on this 21 days, I was telling my wife, I'm like, wow, we actually did it every single day for the last 21 days. It was a commitment, but very happy to have done it. You're welcome, Liz. You're welcome. Sharina, this has been so definitely helped me get the tools. You're welcome. Felicitas. Everything, Ali Empowered X. Very happy to have done so. Thank you very much again. It's not the last video. So Saturday, I'm going to do a live, and then we're going to open up a Q&A at the same time. So if you have any questions, I'm going to try to do it on Saturday in the morning, not too, like before noon, as much as possible. Just a half an hour, just to recap everything, and also create a video about what's next, so people know that they can join the other group and so on officially. I don't see any other questions. Perfect. Well, again, thank you very much for attending day 21. It's been a pleasure teaching you, showing you what's possible with e-commerce, and I truly hope this challenge has kind of waken you up to the possibilities of e-commerce and what it could do for you. And you've acquired a new skill. So even if you don't launch the store, you've acquired a great skill. Don't forget to join the contest. The contest ends April 26th, I believe. That's what I wrote. So don't miss out on this opportunity. Great prizes. And I'll see you in the next video. Have an amazing rest of the evening. Take care. Bye-bye.